views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
And good morning. Here we go again. Welcome to another Open, the one and only show that opens up the Bronx and the world to you. I'm your host, the Dr. Bob Lee. We got a great show lined up for you today. Coming up on today's show, BronxNet and Latino sports. Oh, they're going to hit some home runs. Well, we're going to play some basketball. They got the courts happening. They're going to light up the courts this weekend, and we'll get a preview. And plus, New York City primary day is September the 12th, and we'll learn about upcoming candidates and the forms that they're going to have right here in the Bronx. And then we'll discover what one woman is doing to take a stand against bullying. Get it out of the way. And then we'll check out a LGBTQ Health Fest and their work to celebrate and spread awareness. And after that, we'll take a look at a local gala working to unite cultures around the globe. And later on, we'll be joined by yoga instructor, watch out, for a glimpse of her classes and exercise for your mind, body, and soul. Stay tuned. We're open. I'm the Doc Bob Lee. Hello everyone, I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee, and you're watching Open, the only live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. Stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. The solar eclipse. Wow, that's gonna happen this afternoon. Don't look straight up. You may wanna go on the internet and just check it out. But leading things off on Sunday, August the 27th, Latino Sports and BronxNet, they're gonna hit the courts of Orchard Beach for their 23rd annual celebrity basketball game. And I have my friend, he's no stranger to the show. He joins us with a preview. We have Julio Pabon, author. He's an author and founder of Latino Sports. And we were talking about that book, man. We can start off with that. I mean, you wrote a book, you self-published, and it's about
Fidel Castro visiting the South Bronx that very few people know. And the tremors that caused in 1995.
Yeah, how was it? Well, people were frightened?
It was incredible. No, the fact is that Secret Service was not prepared for that. Secret Service was prepared for his trip to do all these things in Manhattan, meetings with Wall Street, meetings with the CNN, New York Times, Daily News.
Yeah.
But when he got this invitation, which was not an invitation, was really criticizing Giuliani, who was mayor then, for disinviting him.
Yeah.
A couple of Latinos in the Bronx said, hey man, who the crap is Giuliani to disinvite a world leader of 180 leaders coming to the world? Yeah. We can think of a lot of people much worse than the rhetoric that you hear from Miami, white, very classy Cubans who came in '61 who are still talking all the rhetoric, which are basically all lies. Yeah. But they've brainwashed so much that we actually believe it. But we had the guts to put a press release together, and we basically criticized Giuliani. And we said at the bottom, tongue in cheek, Mr. Castro, you don't have to eat with the mayor if you want to come to the Bronx. And he got a copy of that press release, and he came and he made the Secret Service go crazy.
Oh, yeah.
They came up to me because I was the one that sent the press release out. They threatened me. They tried to scare me, tell me that my career, my future, my children, that I should cancel this. And I said no. Oh, forget it, man.
Okay.
Bottom line is that we did it. They told me that if I was going to do it, it had to be in Manhattan. So I realized even the Secret Service was afraid of the South Bronx in 1995.
Yes.
We wound up doing it here, but my God, it's everybody who lives in this area remembers they closed off the Deegan. Yeah. They closed off Fordham Road.
And he stayed at the St. Teresa Hotel.
No. At that period, he stayed in, at the Mission. It was in 1964, the visit.
He stayed at the St.
Teresa Hotel.
Brought troops with him and everything.
So everybody knows that trip. Harlem, that's where he met with Malcolm. He met with all the great black leaders.
All that's in the book?
That's in the book as well.
Where can we get the book?
Amazon.com, or reach out to me.
Hey, you know, they may do a movie or something.
Yeah, we've gotten 3 requests, man. People say there should be a movie. So, you know, you never know.
So, Latino sports.
The other love of my life, other than my wife and my children. But Latino sports, 23 years, man. We've been doing this celebrity basketball game, and we define celebrity. because at first it was like, it started out as rappers versus salseros. So we would have people like Fat Joe, Big Pun,
Yeah.
you know, La Bruja, and other people versus Tito Nieves, Tito Rodriguez Jr., and stuff like that. But then these guys moved on, and we just kept on with the celebrity. And we say, you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
You know, everybody here in the audience is a celebrity. Anybody who's doing something positive to help make this world a better place, check it out. It's a celebrity.
Yeah.
So we have this game, and we call it Celebrity Basketball Game, but also we attach the whole issue of health. And it's basically to show people, the Bronx being the most unhealthiest county in New York State.
Yeah.
64 counties in New York, the Bronx is number 64.
Wow.
And it hasn't changed. And a lot of it has to do, if you see our streets, you see what people eat, you see what people are coming out with, the poverty and the lack of good foods and the increase of sugar and fast foods, and obesity for children is incredible.
Yeah, I think understanding some of those things that are bad for you, you know, will help straighten out a lot of it, but it's going to take some time.
And
But-
little
and everything
simple-
in moderation. You know, you can go back if, you know, you'd be like arroz con pollo and all that stuff, you know, and we don't have to eat that every day.
Every day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but go
but-
back and say, hey, I'm gonna get me I'm gonna go to the Spanish food restaurant.
And exercise,
Pick it
for
up.
example.
Yeah.
That's why we do this game every year. You know, like it's to show that I'm not a basketball, fiend, but I'm out there for 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, running back and
You
forth.
can do more than 2 or 3
No,
minutes.
no, listen, at 65.
Michael
at
Maxnaby's gonna be
65,
running up and down the court.
Yeah. Well, Michael cheats, man. You know, we ain't gonna get into that right now, Michael. He brings the Lehman College basketball
He
team
does.
to play guys like me and some volunteers.
So we're bringing ringers.
You know,
We
you
bring
said
the
it.
refs and whistles too.
Well, we got the refs and we got the whistles, but it's always a fun game.
Yeah, yeah.
And even though sometimes we get slaughtered, or we might slaughter the BronxNet, depending on who we get, but
The bottom line.
it's health. So we have the Bronx Lebanon Health Mobile there. So we'll be giving people free checkups. Listen to this. Sometimes when we go there, we see people that we don't see all year.
Yeah.
And some people have told me this is the only time that I get a free checkup. People don't get a checkup.
Well, if I play, I'm gonna have to get a checkup before I get
Well,
on the
that we
court,
make it
that's for sure.
mandatory. We make it mandatory. Everybody has to get a checkup there. We have performers. So if anybody out there, if you want your 15 minutes of stardom, you dance, you sing, you say poetry, hey, reach out to us or through BronxNet. We'll put you on in between breaks and on
There you go.
halftime.
So if you got skills, get ready.
Yes, we have little competitions. We have Zumba classes there. So we can teach people how to do a little bit of exercise and play Zumba. And then we got some surprises. We got some gifts, thanks to the New York Yankees, that they support us
good.
every year. So there's a lot of little things that we do, and it's to show basically that you don't have to have money to go to a gym. You can dribble a ball. You can walk. You can just, power walk. You can just do any little things to do exercise. Go out to a park, walk, look at the trees. Those are the things that we want to bring people to understand, that you don't have to, have money to belong to a gym. You don't have to do a lot of fancy things every day to do exercise. But, the game, Celebrity Basketball Game, we also have a game between the Harlem Legends versus the Puerto Rican Legends. And these are retired players from Puerto Rico who played in the Puerto Rico Professional Basketball League versus some of the greatest Harlem, legends.
Yeah, wow.
And these guys are in their 50s, 60s,
Yeah.
and they play each
Still
other.
got that set shot and still can move,
So we have those 2 games. We have it every year. And we have a DJ, we have music. So what else can I tell you? It's a fun day. The fact that we do this for the 23rd season.
Yeah. So that that Michael Maxnaby is going to bring Lehman College, right?
Basketball
He's going
team.
to bring some of our players too.
Yeah, like when I first saw these guys, coming onto the court, and they're like 6'9", 6'11". I don't see any
but-
staff here from BronxNet that's 6'10".
But
you know?
since you, maybe
I mean,
Marissa
I would like
Marissa
to
can
see
play.
some of the staff here come and
You
play.
have your
you know?
sneakers ready?
I don't play basketball.
But she can coach. But listen, so since you know that that's going to happen, who are you bringing?
Well, I reached out to Felipe Lopez, and I reached out to Stefan, but I don't know if these guys are going to pay attention to me. So we'll do what we can to compete.
Beautiful. We're looking forward to it.
It's
so
always
you
a
got your
pleasure.
book. Where can you get your book again?
Amazon, books.com. Julio Pavon, Knockout. Fidel Castro visits the South Bronx.
And then for the basketball game?
Definitely reach out to latinosports.com. Anybody out there you're interested in participating, just come on by, have a great day, get a free checkup, and just have some fun.
What day is it? It's the
That's
23rd
this
annual.
Sunday, the 27th, 23rd annual. And again, anybody out there is interested, any DJs want to perform, give me a call.
There you go. Julio Pabon, give him a big round of applause, everybody. Founder, Latino Sports. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to see you.
It's always a pleasure.
And good luck with the book and the game, too. I may come down and put some sneakers on.
Well, we might recruit you. You're tall enough. We might need some
I
height.
don't know. There you go. A couple of set shots here and there. All right, we'll take a break right here. Coming up next, New York City primaries are coming up, and we'll take a look at what one group is doing to introduce the new candidates. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
And I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. My love, she keeps me warm. 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 She keeps me warm.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Love is kind. Love is patient.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Talking about inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
And welcome back. Hey, the New York City primaries are taking place on September the 12th, and in the coming weeks, Faith in New York will be holding candidate forums in the Bronx. And joining us with all the details, we have Annalisa Freitas and Reverend James Duckett with $1 million in his pocket. All right, tell us about what's going on. How did you guys come together to do what you guys are doing?
Sure, so I'm the Bronx organizer with Faith in New York, and Faith in New York is a faith-based nonprofit organization that has been around since about 2013. And this year, as a part of our bigger vision of building the beloved city, or a place where all people can belong and have equal opportunity, we decided that we wanted to really focus on the local election, mostly because it's a vehicle. It's a vehicle for our community as people of faith to get involved in decision-making processes. And we've been in the Bronx for the past year and been really fortunate to work with Reverend James at Fort Mott Baptist Church, and just really living into what it means to be a person of faith and a person of action.
Yes. Rev, how important is that to bring the congregation together to say, hey, this is who we want to get behind, and what do you look for with the issues and all that?
I look for someone who has the heart for the people. A lot of times we have candidates that claim they have the heart for the people, and then they get in elective office, and then they forget all about the people who put them in the place.
How often does that happen?
All the time. We see it from the national level all the way to the local level.
But there's some great elected officials out there. That
yes,
really
correct. That's really important.
What
That's,
they say.
yes,
Yeah.
correct. I started working with the organization about 7 or 8 months ago. It caught my attention because I was reminded, just because I'm a clergyman, about the scriptures where the priests, the governors would come to the priest and to the church to find out what it is that's best for the community and best for the people. So I felt that we should reverse that again and have that coming back where the church is the vocal point of the community.
That's right.
So you thought about doing this year because of all the craziness in the news?
Yeah, so Faith in New York is actually a citywide organization. And like I said, I work with our congregations and members in the Bronx. What's really interesting about our organization is that we're very, I think, unlike many organizations where our people and the people in the community, the people that are clergy, that are leaders, that are lay leaders, members of the congregations, they really drive our work. So following the national election in November, our folks came together, not only in the Bronx, but from across New York City, and said, what can we do to protect our people? What can we do to make sure that we are living into a theology of resistance? And this was one of the ways.
And New York is a home of immigrants.
That's right.
Really
That's
Country's
right.
a home of immigrants.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And to come together, moving in the same direction for a common cause, I think we'll be successful.
Yes.
We all know how the Roman Empire broke up. It imploded.
And that was part of what we did as well. We developed a platform called Faith Over Fear, and essentially it's a 7-point platform that says, these are the priorities that the faith community has this year, and this is what we'd like to see any elected leader, regardless of who they are, following these priorities first and foremost. And this is something, again, that was decided by members from across the city, so it does speak to defending the immigrant community. It speaks to making sure that we're taking care of the climate. It looks to stand against hate and protecting our civil rights, as well as holding our police and other law enforcement agencies accountable. And really making sure that, especially in the Bronx, that that housing remains affordable to the people that are living here currently. We've been seeing a lot of changes, and I'm sure the pastor can speak to what's been happening in District 8 in the South Bronx.
Yeah.
So in the district, my church is located in the South Bronx, right in the Mount Haven section. And I've started to see different people who were been in the neighborhood 20, 30, some 50 years being migrated out because of gentrification now, and because the South Bronx is now like the new gold mine right there on the riverfront, the Bruckner. They have restaurants that normal people can't even afford, or that live in the area. So it's been like on my heart to talk to some people and try to change the area and keep the people who made the community what it is stay there.
That's right.
How do you guys feel about what's going on with the whole election process and the people who are running the country? You think we're going in the right direction?
I think, again, our focus has really been to say, what can we do here locally? Of course, I think the national election had a very huge impact on a lot of the people in our network in Faith in New York. I think about 3 folks in our network have already been picked up for deportation, and we've been holding vigils for them and actually shut down traffic in Barrack Street in March when we launched the Faith Over Fear platform. In order to speak to that need of, again, defending our people and protecting our people, we also really want to say, though, that we need to move towards progress here. New York City is a wonderful beacon. It's a wonderful national thought leader. And there's so much more we can still do locally to strengthen our policies to protect our people and make sure that we're not putting profit, we're not putting expensive for-profit development at the expense of our folks down here in the ground. So again, we're hopeful that all the candidates will come to this forum. We've spoken to each of them, Tamika Mapp, Diana Ayala, and Robert Rodriguez, to make sure that they can be here, be with the community, learn from our people first.
Okay. I have a camera for you. Would you like to speak to all the elected officials?
I think I would love to do that. That'd be wonderful.
Take this camera right here. Go for it.
I'll let you take this one on, Pastor.
August 31st, located at Fort Mont Baptist Church, we're going to have a candidate forum for District 8 for all the new candidates that are coming. 2 of our candidates have confirmed already. We're just waiting on Robert Rodriguez, who's currently have a big seat in the Bronx, so we're waiting for him to confirm. But other than that, we are ready, rock and rolling to get this thing going, to make sure they have the heart for our people and make sure they are ready, willing, and able to make the South Bronx not a forget-it section of District 8.
All right, there you go. District 13 Candidates Forum, August the 29th.
Yes, and we'll be having another forum August 29th in District 8.
Oh, good. That
Grog's
follow-up
Neck.
is important.
Yes.
And that's from 7 to 9 p.m.
That's correct.
Those open at 6:30.
That's right.
That's the Throgs Neck Community Church.
Yes.
2730 Bruckner Boulevard in the Bronx.
That's correct.
Yes. All right. Where can we go for more information on this? You have a
Please
website?
check us all out at www.faithinnewyork.org/faithoverfear. And it'll have all the District 8 and all the District 13 information. You can also check us out on all social media.
All right. Annalisa Freitas?
Freitas, yes.
Freitas. She's a Faith, one of the people running things at
Yes.
Faith in New York, and Reverend James Duckett, Fort Martin Baptist Church. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you
No
so
problem.
much.
Thank
Come
you
back
so
and
much.
share more, okay?
Absolutely.
Keep up the great work.
Wonderful.
All right, we have to take a quick break, but coming up next, a look at a movement to stop bullying. Yes, stop. No more bullying. But first, Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr., he joined with members of our community, the youth in our community, for a day of giving back. Let's take a look.
Here at the Latinos Unidos Community Garden, students from the Bronx Youth Corps program, in conjunction with DreamYard, the Blackstone Group, and Nos Quedamos, have volunteered to help beautify this garden alongside Bronx Borough President Ruben Diaz.
As a young man, my family always taught my brother, sister, and I to give back to the community. And we see throughout our borough, throughout our city, that those adults who have been productive, who have been doing great things with themselves, started out by having that civic-minded, responsibility and exposure.
Through service programs like Bronx Youth Corps and DreamYard, the students learn about the importance of teamwork, taking ownership of their environment, and how to attain the skills to become future leaders in their community.
We've been painting this chalk drawings that these other volunteers made for the park.
For a young person, they are in control of their environment here today. They're collaborating with a wonderful community-based organization, Nos Quedamos, and they're beautifying a park so that they can use it, their families can use it, we all can enjoy the fruits of their labor. And so all of a sudden it becomes a community asset that they help build, design, and in a way, they now own.
These young folks, I'm so proud of them because it's 100 degrees out here. They could be in the beach, they could be in the pool, and they decided to give back to their community and make their neighborhoods look a whole lot more beautiful.
Through volunteerism, participants at the Latinos Unidos Community Garden are not only changing the way their surroundings look, but the way that people perceive youth in the Bronx.
People come and see this just walking. They might be like, oh my God, look what they've done.
So often whenever you see media covering young people, it's always for something negative that's occurred. And obviously, coming out of my office and working with the different organizations, we want to make this the new cool, because it is cool. And we're doing it with some music, we're doing it by dancing, having fun, coming together. And you can see in the faces of our youth that not only are they having fun, but they feel good about it. And I think that when you're happy, when you're having fun, and when you feel good about what you're doing, that inherently is contagious.
This Bronx Youth Corps Day of Service program has proved that there is power in coming together as a community. Through unity and service, anything can be done. To find more volunteer opportunities in your area, visit the DreamYard website at dreamyard.com or the NYC Service website at nycservice.org. This is Sienna Barrett reporting for BronxNet.
And welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. But hey, we started from the bottom, now we're here. On September the 23rd, No Voice Unheard will hold their anti-bullying walk. It's important. Joining us with a preview, we have CEO Melanie Jimenez. We welcome you to the show.
Thank you.
Now, it's big out there. People are bullying. You can go back and remember the times you were bullied in elementary school, through junior high school, and sometimes all the way up till now.
Correct.
Because there's something called cyberbullying also.
Exactly.
So tell us, why did you start this? How did you start your work?
Okay, I started my work through losing my father through suicide. Through that journey, thank you. Through that journey, I learned that love heals all. And that's why I started my anti-bully walk. I do believe that with the power of love, we can embody change. Yeah. And through that, I started on Voice Unheard to give voice to the children in the community so they can give their story on how bullying affects them every day. And, you know, it's kind of when your child goes to school, they're interacting with other students. We don't know exactly what's going on in the schools. You know, they come home, they're affected by it.
And sometimes they won't tell you.
Right, exactly. So it's kind of to aware the parents to know the signs of bullying, to see if your child is being affected at school, to see what we can do as a community to make change in the schools, because a lot of schools don't even talk about bullying.
Yeah. So, but as a parent, how do you know? What are the questions?
Well, there are
that you
different
have to ask
signs.
your son or daughter?
A lot of children lose appetite. They become isolated. They don't really want to speak.
Don't want to go to
right,
school.
correct.
But why?
Right, it's the bullying. It's not really mentioned in the schools, as I stated before. So No Voice Unheard is just a platform where children get to speak and, you know, give their opinion on how they're being bullied and how it affects them on a daily basis.
But upon finding out that
Right.
a child is being bullied, what can a parent do? Can they get together with the principal or the
Correct.
teachers? or
That's the
people at
best
school?
option, to go to the school, reach out to the school principal, counselors, to see if they can, you know, make a resolution, bring awareness to kids, let them know. It's the smallest things that count. It can be a little word as "you're dumb" that can affect the child, you know? So it's very important that we watch our words, how we speak to one another, and respect one another.
Yeah. So, but on the internet,
Yes.
how does it work?
The cyberbullying, that's more, you know, that's something that's visible out there now due to social media such as
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram.
So Instagram, you're a
Right. A
problem.
lot of kids take pictures and they're pretty much shunned for it, you know. You have to be careful what you put on the media because it's kind of like a betrayal of you. And that's something we need to mold our kids and let them know, you know, it's not nice to say certain things to people because it affects them.
Yeah.
And bullying does lead to suicide. It's called bullycide, something that a lot of people don't mention, bring awareness to.
Yeah.
Statistics say that, you know, suicide is the third leading death in the United States, and a lot of kids do commit it due to the bullying.
Yeah, and you know what? The bullier
Right.
has a problem too.
Exactly. It starts from home.
How can you help the person who's bullying?
Well, I do believe, like I said, love heals all. And with the power of love and telling a child, you
You've
matter.
been listening to my show. I say this every night. Yeah.
You matter. Your opinion counts is what counts. You know, and it's all on the wording. It's all how you make someone feel. And I do believe love heals all. It makes everything a full circle. And
Yeah.
through this awareness, I think it'll make a big difference in the Bronx. A lot of kids are bullying just for no reason. It makes them feel empowered. And I just feel like this walk will bring a lot of unity within the community.
Yeah. So you're on a mission.
Definitely.
Yeah. How long you been doing it?
This is my second walk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be in the park right across the street from Yankee Stadium. A good area. It's commutable for everyone. 4 train, D train, right there to 161st Street.
And so how's it gonna look? This is the second one. How did the first one go?
The first one was okay. I had maybe about 20 kids. So I'm looking for a bigger turnout this year. I'm hoping that the word is spread through BronxNet. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to bring this awareness and the platform.
Are you
know.
changing anything from last year to this year?
The first year, it was I Love Myself was the theme. This year, it's No Voice Unheard, because I do believe no voice should be unheard. Whether you're still alive or even if you've committed suicide, there's a story behind everything. And through that story, we'll learn to heal.
All right, so I want you, I'm going to give you this camera. I always give up my camera every now and then. And I want you to look into this camera and tell people what you want. What do you want them to know?
Well, I want the community to know that it's very important to educate your child on bullying because they are affected, whether they speak about it or they don't. You know, reach out to your local schools. You can reach me at novoiceunheard.com or novoiceunheard@yahoo.com. If you need more information, I'm willing to send pamphlets. I come personally to your house if you want to speak to your child. I do surveys to see how we can help them in school and make changes.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
So you're like a doctor making house calls.
I'm at your service
Got your
whenever
little black
you need.
bag
Right.
with everything in there.
It's very important. We mold our children to become the adults that they need to be later on in life.
I like that. I like
Yes.
that. Were you bullied as a child?
Not bullied, but I mean, we all bullied. You know, I just.
Or were you the bully?
No, not at all. Not at all. No.
You said, look at me. I'm no bully.
I just feel the power of love is very grand,
Yeah.
and not many people pay attention to that.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. So you have a website and everything? now?
Yes, novoiceunheard.com, and my email is novoiceunheard@yahoo.com.
All right. Give her a big round of applause, everybody.
Thank
you
you.
for coming and
I
sharing that.
appreciate it.
Because people need to know.
Yes.
UFT has something too, the United Federation of Teachers.
Right.
If you go into their site, maybe you
Okay.
can link up somehow.
Okay.
They have an anti-bullying program too. But there's yours right there. Look, second annual anti-bullying walkathon.
Thank you.
September the 23rd.
Yes, very excited.
Registration 10 o'clock. Walk starts at 12 and it ends at 1.
Correct.
And it's at McCombs Dam Park.
Yes, right
Yeah,
there
yeah.
across the street from Yankee
From
Stadium.
Yankee Stadium, yes. Thank you so much, Melody Jimenez, CEO, No Voice Unheard.
Thank you so much.
All right. We have to take a quick break right here, but coming up next, we'll take a look at an event to spread health in the community. Stay tuned.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed.
I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close. I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it.
I just want my family to be safe.
But these are not my words.
These are not my words. These are not my words.
Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
And welcome back. Hey, tonight the Bronx Empowerment Project is going to be hosting the LGBTQ Summer Health Fest. And joining us with all the details, we have Reginald Just.
Yes,
in the
hi.
house.
Nice
Welcome.
to meet you.
How are you?
Good.
All right. So tell us about what you do and what's it all about.
So I am a project coordinator and outreach specialist for Montefiore Medical Center. As far as the coordination part, I work with the Bronx Empowerment Project, who's hosting their first LGBTQ Summer Health Fest. So the Bronx Empowerment Project is mainly for men who sleep with men 18 to 29 and transgender women. So Montefiore provides a space for them to come and be themselves, but also give them the platform to be decision makers to plan events like this.
So it's going to take place
at Salsa con Fuego.
Salsa con Fuego.
Salsa con Fuego.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen? This is the first one?
This is the first one with the project. So mainly the event is promotion for promoting safer sex. Also program visibility, our program, Montefiore Prevention Center, which is one of the newest departments at Monty.
Oh, good. So it's a health fest.
It is a health fest.
Everything, screenings and all kinds of things.
Screenings, free HIV testing. We partnered with AIDS Healthcare Foundation, who do the 1-minute rapid oral, rapid finger prick test.
So it's fingerprint test.
Yeah, well, finger prick.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought there was something new because being out in the community and being at all these health fairs and health fests. You know, first they had the OraSure, I think.
The OraSure, yes.
Yeah.
But that takes 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So
this one is right on the spot.
It's right on the spot, so we want them to get tested and then go luxuriate. Salsa did a really good job.
Since you've been listening to Wendy Williams.
I love Wendy. So yeah, there's going to be free. Huh?
How you doing?
How you doing? There's going to be free appetizers, free soft drinks. People who get tested are going to have a lot of incentives. So it's going to be great. It's a jam-packed show. Performances by Naomi Maldonado.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, she just did the Nike campaign, equality campaign, recognized as an athlete. So it's jam-packed.
There you go. And so how did you started working at Montefiore?
Yes, I've been there for about 2 years.
Did you come up with the concept? You know, hey, we need to do this?
Well, no, we get funded by CDC. So actually CDC is the one who wanted, this to be done in the Bronx because of the HIV-related risk that's happening. Yeah. So again, our main mission and goal is to decrease and reduce HIV-related risk and increase promotion and really address the issues of the LGBT community.
Yeah, and you said in the beginning, you said this is men who sleep with men 18 to
Yes. So men who sleep with men 18 to 29. We don't like to really put people in categories, so we just say men who sleep with men 18 to 29 is for the project.
Yeah.
So it is an 18 and older event.
Okay, good. So a lot of people know about it, right? They're coming down.
Yeah, a lot of people are coming, and not only people part of the community, but also supporters and allies of the community as well.
So what can people expect when they get there?
Oh, wow.
Because this is the first one.
This is the first one, right? A lot. It's jam-packed. So we're going to have a photo booth. We're going to have food. We're going to have guest speakers. We're going to have performances. And if you haven't got tested, you can come get tested and update your status.
Yeah.
So, but we welcome all statuses.
And have that follow-up right there, because a lot of people, remember in the past, people were getting tested and they would go out of their minds upon finding out if they were positive,
right,
and they had no support. So to have the support and everything right there.
Support right then and there. You know, HIV and AIDS has come a long way. You know, by the year 2020, the goal is to not even have AIDS. So it's not a death sentence anymore. And even our test is preliminary test, meaning that we would still have to, if it came up positive, they would still have to go to the clinic and get a blood test.
And people living with it for years now.
Yes.
You know, with the
healthy.
cocktails and everything that they have.
Yes, been living with HIV for years, and now healthy. So again, you can live a long, healthy life.
So we tell people who are irresponsible, who know that there's something wrong and still are out there, like if there's nothing going on.
You know, one of the number one side effect of HIV is no effect. So sometimes a lot of people don't even know.
Yeah.
I would just tell people to get routine checks every 3 to 6 months, depending on your activity.
Yeah.
Or if you don't do anything at all, just go for your yearly checkup. So it's better to know your status than not.
There you go. Okay. Give us information on where we can go and get some more words.
Yes, absolutely. You can go to, we have a lot. So we have Instagram, the Bronx Empowerment Project. It's called BX Empowerment Project. Facebook, the Bronx Empowerment Project. We have a new website coming out called www.engagenyc.org. It's now .info, but we're actually transitioning it right now to .org.
I told FM that you got the .tv.org and all that stuff going on.
Yeah.
And what else? What is that main website? You have the main, are they building one?
Well, the main website is engagenyc.info, but we are transitioning it to .org.
Okay.
So that's the main one. So that's everything. You can get your primary care, learn about the project, and a lot of different things. So shout out to Montefiore.
So in 20 seconds, tell that camera what you want people to know.
Come out tonight. It's going to be a jam-packed event. It's from 7 to 11. So all the LGBTQ members and community, supporters and allies, come on down. It's going to be it's a free show, 18 and older. Just bring your ID, and that's it.
Give him a big hand, everybody. Reginald Just, Coordinator, Outreach Intervention Specialist, Montefiore Medical Center.
Thank you, Bob.
So much. All right, stay right there.
Oh.
We have to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Open next.
Coming to you from our BronxNet studios, 4 new shows highlighting some of the best of the Bronx has to offer. We sit down with political leaders in the district and discuss local legislation, events, and issues. See how the community and business come together with The Bronx Now on BronxNet. Nosotros features leaders from our Latino community. Meet those who are moving to make a difference in public service, business, arts, and culture. Looking for new and exciting dining experiences? Then you'll want to savor the Bronx and try new restaurants and eateries that fill the borough with delicious dishes. We have it all, so experience the Bronx in new and fresh ways on BronxNet.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can.
Get someone a cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
our roommates,
our classmates, our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke. I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Protect the ones you love. Spot a stroke fast.
And welcome back, everybody. You know, on September the 16th, Karuba Global, they're going to hold a gala of the nations working to unite all cultures. How beautiful, how wonderful. People gathered together, moving in the same direction for a common cause. And joining us with all the details, we have President and CEO Noella Samwa.
Yes, thank you.
The ambassador.
Yes.
Ambassador to the Democratic Republic of Congo, right?
No, of Lualaba. Ambassador of Good Works for the states of Lualaba.
Oh,
in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
I love it. I love it. So tell us, what are you doing? You're bringing people together.
Yes.
How did you decide you wanted to do something like this?
Because
you're the United Nations.
Well, you know, we have a lot of culture to celebrate, and culture is identity. We have to celebrate who we are, and yes, that makes us exactly who we are and gives us an identity here on Earth. So just to be able to bring out all those cultures from all different places to celebrate colors, music, dance, and that's unity. And in that network, in that area, you forget that you're an elected official. You forget that you are a celebrity. You forget, but you feel human. So that is the goal, to unite through culture.
Coming back to the motherland, right? Oh, the feeling that you get. So you bring people there so they can experience the culture?
Yeah, we are inviting everybody, and we're also giving a platform to all the community to come and showcase their own culture. So we don't want to represent their culture for them, but we want them to come and represent who they are and show to the world what their culture is all about. Oh,
that's beautiful. That's like an exchange type of thing,
yes,
right? So you bring people from the Congo here?
We are doing it here in New York.
Yeah.
So yeah, all the
you got people from Homecoming?
Not this time, but I
well,
have
you're
people
here.
from Texas. I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how's it gonna look?
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be all colorful. It's gonna be all dance. We have live performances. You know, it's gonna be all colors.
The music,
food,
the dance,
music,
the colors,
yes,
the food,
the expo, the art. Yes.
You're gonna have food there?
Yes, of course, of course.
Reginald, I gotta ask you about the food. You know.
Yes, we're gonna have great food, Especially as an African, we always have food, and that foods that brings people together.
The smells,
the plates,
the colors of the garment, and all the
and
wonderful
please,
things. The whole thing has to come together.
We're asking for people not to come in all, suit and tie. No.
No suit and tie.
Come in your traditional clothing, you know. And if you need some help, I will help you. Email me. I will help you to finding an outfit.
Yes,
I want to see you all colorful.
All right.
Yes.
See, you're blending in some of the Bronx Net colors. See? You're right on the spot. How did you come up with this idea?
Well, the Karuba Global Initiative promotes culture, and we were thinking on how to bring people together, and that's how the idea came about. And we cannot get away from who we are, our culture.
Yeah. We can't stress the importance of coming together. It's very important, and because there's a lot of divisiveness in this country and in this world. You know, you are you are this, and this is that, but we are we.
We are we are one. Yes. Very important. Yes. And we also did an event at the UN. It was on cultural heritage as a pathway to economic development. you see.
you go.
We want investors, we want to invest, but what brings those investors there is the curiosity of finding out, oh, how do they eat? How do they dance? And then whenever you go to those communities and you find out what they don't have, that's why we're having all business people going around. So it's culture. So we need to give value to that.
So what's the date that this is happening?
Oh, September 16th.
September 16th. And you want everybody to come down?
Yes.
Where we go? Where we going?
It's on 228 East 125th Street, New York, 135, yes.
Oh, 125th Street?
Yes, 125th Street,
okay.
yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to be at
It's
the Harlem
starting
State
at
Office
6 p.m.
building Thursday, and then Saturday we're going to do the Percy Sutton 5K run walk in Harlem on 135th Street. So we'll all be in the area.
We are going to
come
be
and
in the
walk
area.
with us.
Definitely,
And
I'll
to
be
bring
there. I'll
some
be
of
with
your
my
flyers
sneakers.
and let people know.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
You're going to bring some colorful sneakers?
I will decorate them, yeah.
Don't just wear black and white sneakers.
No.
Okay.
I will decorate them.
And when are you
yes.
going back to the Congo?
In November. In November. We're planning to go back in November, and wow, now you're making me say.
Well, we're going to bring some Bronx Neck cameras and go in and capture what
Yes,
you
we are
have.
going with a group of some experts from El Salvador because we were just there and we did a sister-city relationship between Panchimalco and Kolwezi.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, we had the mayor of Panchimalco in El Salvador, Central America, that came to Congo. And so we're going to go back to continue with the activities that we started.
Beautiful.
Great.
Before we go, where can we go for more information on what's coming up in September?
Yes, for more information, you can log in into www.caribuglobal.com. Caribou with a K, so Karibu global.com.
That's right, President and CEO of Caribou Global, Noella Sanwa. Give her a big hand, everybody. Thank you so much. We have to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Open next, I promise.
Even if I tried, even if I wanted to.
Every Monday night at 9, we talk to the borough's movers and shakers about the latest in Bronx politics, education, healthcare, arts and culture, and literally any and everything that's important to the people of the Bronx. There's a reason why Bronxites have been turning to Bronx Talk for more than 20 years, because Bronx Talk is about you and me, the people of the Bronx. So we'll see you Monday night at 9.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
And welcome back. Our next guest holds weekly group yoga in the Bronx with the goal of wellness. It's a beautiful thing. And joining us with the details, we have Gretchen Simmons. Gretchen's in the house.
How you doing?
Breathe in.
And breathe out.
Breathe out. I say it with that accent because there's this Russian guy that he's a chiropractor, but he's into yoga and all that stuff.
Right, nice.
But, what's the type of yoga that you're involved in?
I teach a weekly Vinyasa flow class.
Vinyasa flow class.
Yes.
It has a flow to it too when you say it.
Yes, it does. Yeah. And I call it my Vibrant Awakenings class. And basically Vinyasa means controlled breath and movement. And basically, you know, it's a beautiful song and dance of breathing and movement, and it just releases the senses.
People don't realize that they're breathing. You breathe every day. It's like a involuntary function.
Yeah, and people take that for granted because since we were born, you know, we never thought about breathing. Yeah. Yoga helps you to be mindful of your breath and coordinating that breath with movement, feeding that body your oxygen. It relieves a lot of stress, a lot of tension, and I don't think a lot of people realize that.
Was the first breath in or out as a baby?
Good question. I can't answer that because I am not a doctor.
Breath in or out?
Oh, good question.
Leave it like that. I know the answer to it.
Right. That's the same as who came first, the chicken or the egg.
No, but the first breath is out when you get spanked.
Oh, okay. Let it out. Interesting.
And your last breath is in.
Really? I didn't know that.
Then you're gone, and then it has to come out.
Wow.
But it's in that when you're awake, you know, when you're alive. But anyway.
That's interesting.
So where do you do this? At the Wellness Center right here in the Bronx?
Yes, I teach at the Bronx Community Wellness Center, which is right here in the heart of Westchester Square in the Bronx. The center is a pioneer of Eastern medicine. They do acupuncture, massage therapy. They also offer holistic treatments for pain and preventive medicine, herbal remedies. And ultimately, I teach my class once a week, and it's amazing. The center is awesome, and we're trying to really get out to the Bronx community.
All right. So who needs to come down? Who benefits from yoga classes?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody, from children to seniors. There is no limit to who yoga is. Yoga is for everyone. And a lot of people say, you know, they're not flexible or I can't do that. But yoga meets you wherever you are. And it's beautiful.
Yeah. And is it a coming in?
Yes. Yes. Yoga is a total mind-body practice. It's so much more than just endurance and gaining strength and flexibility. It's breathing, and it's coordinating that breath with your movement. And by doing so, you release stress, anxiety, it lowers blood pressure. There's just a wealth of benefits from doing and incorporating yoga into everyday life.
Wow. Got to try it.
Yeah, you should. Come on out to a class.
All right. And while you're at that class, you can do those other things that the Wellness Center has?
Yes, you can sign up for any of the classes given. There's also a Tai Chi class that takes place, I think, on the weekends.
I see people out early in the morning, you know, doing this. They have the colorful bands around it. And I think they're Koreans, this group of people that I see.
And I usually see them too down in the city, and you usually can catch them standing around. They're usually meditating. Yeah, and it's
Those
beneficial.
movements, what are the benefits of those movements?
Well, I can't tell you too much about Tai Chi because I'm not necessarily into Tai Chi, but I do
just
know.
Watch them do it. It looks so relaxing.
Yeah, it is so graceful and
going.
Beautiful and elegant. But
yeah, slow motion karate.
I would say that any movement or activity that you do that incorporates the breath with your movement is going to be beneficial to you as a whole.
Is there somebody that you know that stands out in your mind who yoga has really helped? Is there any success stories?
Because
I know it can help a lot of people, you know.
Right, it can. It certainly
But
can.
is there anything that stands out?
Well, what stands out to me is my aunt she has multiple sclerosis, and it's a hard disease to deal with. And for those that don't know, you know, MS tends to take control of your body and your muscles, and you tend to be in a lot of pain frequently. So I, as a yoga instructor, tried to give my aunt some training so that she could learn how to deal with the pain through concentrating on the breath, trying to meditate. I gave her simple moves to help with the sclerosis, and she finds it so beneficial, and she's now incorporated it into her everyday life. So she now takes less pain medication. She's also breathing better, getting around better, and it's helped to change her life, which ultimately makes me feel wonderful because that's what I want to give to everybody.
Yeah, you see, that's a beautiful feeling, helping somebody else get what they need out of life.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's so fulfilling.
Oh, shucks. All right, so where are we going?
We are going to the Bronx Wellness Center every Monday at 7:15. You can come and take my Vinyasa Flow class. If you can check out their website for any of their acupuncture, massage therapy, or Tai Chi classes at BronxCommunityWellness.com. And you can find me anywhere on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Vibrant Awakenings. And my email is vibrantawakenings@gmail.com.
All right. Bam, put a stamp on it.
Stamp on
Certified
it.
yoga
Certified.
instructor at the Bronx Wellness Center. Give her a big round of applause, everybody.
Yes.
Gretchen Simmons in the house.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Breathe in.
And breathe out.
Breathe out.
Good.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. But I'd like to thank all of our guests, and especially you for viewing and checking it all out and tuning in. And if you missed any part of today's show, you can tune into the recablecast of Open at 5 and 10 p.m. when you can watch anytime on the web at bronxnet.org or Breathe In, or you can catch an all-new episode Wednesday at 10 a.m. with our host, Darren Hyman. For all of us here at BronxNet, have a great an enjoyable day, and we'll catch you another day, another way. I'll catch you over 107.5 WBLS. We love you all. Peace.